What's my name?
Jon Snow?
And why is my surname Snow?
Welcome to Director's Choice. Brace yourselves, because in the epic fantasy world of Game of Thrones, the characters are just as thrilling as the plot twists. From valiant kings and cunning warriors to enchanting sorcerers, the realm of Westeros is a vibrant tapestry woven with captivating personalities. Each character possesses a unique blend of traits, motivations, and backstories, morphing them into more than mere actors. They are the lifeblood of the series. And let's not forget the houses they belong to. They're like the banners that fly high in the winds of power. House Stark, synonymous with loyalty and honor, is led by the noble Ned Stark, whose principles are as solid as the wall itself. Meanwhile, the power-hungry Lannisters, spearheaded by the cunning Cersi, give ambition a wicked face. Among the notable characters, there's Daenerys Targaryen, the mother of dragons, whose transformation from a timid girl to a determined leader is hotter than dragon fire.
You are my queen. Nothing will change that.
Jon Snow, the honor-bound love child who rises from the frigid north to lead, proves that loyalty and bravery are a deadly combo. Then there's Tyrion Lannister, the razor-sharp dwarf whose wits are mightier than a sword and whose intellect navigates the stormy sea of Westeros politics. Game of Thrones isn't your average knight in shining armor tale. It's a saga dipped in shades of gray.
I took his face in my hands and said, I am yours and you are mine.
Silence!
Take Tyrion Lannister, the clever imp who's as comfortable in a tavern brawl as he is in a game of wits. But beneath his sharp retorts lies a man haunted by his own demons, proving that even the wittiest banter can't mask the scars within.
When I was a young man, I heard a story about a baby born during the worst storm in living memory. She had no wealth, no lands, no army, only a name. And then, a few years later, the most well-informed person I knew.
Daenerys Targaryen's arc is a mesmerizing dance between her ambition and her conscience. From a timid bride to a breaker of chains, she transforms with each decision. Yet, as she rises in power, her actions bear the heavy burden of consequences, raising questions about the price of ambition. In the shadow of the Iron Throne, characters like Jon Snow grapple with the fog of morality. His steadfast honor clashes with the brutal choices he must make. Cersi Lannister, the lioness guarding her kingdom, reminds us that sometimes power's price is a heavy heart. The characters of Game of Thrones teach us that heroism isn't pure and villainy isn't one-dimensional. It's a spectrum that's as complex as the myriad colors in the realm's heraldry. In the enigmatic labyrinth of Game of Thrones, every character's compass points to their own set of motivations and ambitions, creating a symphony of desire that sets the stage for a captivating tale. Daenerys Targaryen's quest for the Iron Throne isn't just about power. It's a symphony of identity and destiny. Her journey takes us on a roller coaster through the highs of triumph and the lows of moral reckoning. And then there's the enigmatic Tyrion Lannister, whose ambitions reach beyond the limits set by his stature. Born into privilege yet constantly underestimated, Tyrion's quest for respect is like a song of survival. As he treads the treacherous paths of Westeros, he teaches us that intelligence and wit are weapons as sharp as Valyrian steel. In the cold shadows beyond the wall, Jon Snow's motivations are a melody of honor and duty. His struggle to balance personal desires with his commitment to a higher cause rings as true as the clank of swords in battle. As we journey with these characters, we're left to ponder the complexities of our own motivations and the echoes of our ambitions. In the ever-shifting landscape of Game of Thrones, the moral compasses of characters often lead them down unexpected paths. Cersi Lannister, whose ambition burns brighter than wildfire, reveals that even the most ruthless can harbor fragments of vulnerability. She's not a villain painted in black. She's a masterpiece woven from shades of gray, leaving us torn between empathy and condemnation. Arya Stark, the girl who transforms into a vengeful shadow, blurs the lines between hero and anti-hero. As her list of enemies grows, her actions pose a question. Is justice found in vengeance? Or is she simply another piece on the board, navigating the intricate game of survival? Through these morally intricate characters, Game of Thrones becomes a mirror reflecting our own moral dilemmas. It dismantles the notion of clear-cut good and evil, leaving us with a kaleidoscope of humanity's flaws and virtues. As the seasons unfold, characters in Game of Thrones don't just mature, they metamorphose.
She'll wear this like a badge of honor. Wear it in silence, or I'll honor you again.
Jaime Lannister, the Kingslayer, transforms from arrogant to conflicted, proving that redemption is a journey that demands both courage and self-reflection. Tyrion Lannister's evolution from a cynical observer to a cunning player in the Game of Thrones shows us that wit and wisdom can triumph even when dealt the worst hand. As we accompany these characters on their transformative journeys, we're reminded that change is the heart of growth, and evolution is a dance as intricate as any courtly minuet.
A lion doesn't concern himself with the opinions of a sheep.
In the grand tapestry of Game of Thrones, relationships and alliances are the threads that weave a narrative more intricate than a castle's tapestry. Marriages, often strategic rather than romantic, sculpt destinies as surely as Valyrian steel molds swords. The alliances formed and broken amidst the chaos are the chess moves that decide the fate of kingdoms. Friendships are another layer, and some are as unbreakable as dragon glass. Arya Stark and the Hound, a duo born from necessity, emerge as unlikely comrades. Their journey paints a picture of camaraderie forged in the heat of battle, reminding us that sometimes allies come from unexpected places. Sibling dynamics are another riveting facet, as Jon Snow's connection with his siblings influences his choices and shapes his identity. As the characters navigate a world where loyalty and betrayal coexist like twin shadows, we see how relationships, like wildfire, can illuminate or consume. Game of Thrones isn't just about battles and alliances, it's a psychological odyssey. Jon Snow's inner turmoil echoes like a northern wind, a reminder that even heroes bear burdens. Cersi Lannister's ambitions are an intricate labyrinth of power and trauma, exposing the cracks beneath her icy facade. Arya Stark's transformation from an innocent child to a relentless assassin delves into the darkness that can reside within us all. Just as winter isn't merely cold but also a state of mind, the character's psychological struggles remind us that the true battleground is often within.
You were protecting your family.
It was our son.
She was my daughter.
Marcella?
And I failed her.
He loved you more than anyone in this world.
I'm not that person anymore.
Jon Snow's path from reluctant leader to commanding presence reminds us that wielding power requires tough choices. His struggle between honor and pragmatism is a lesson in the cost of leadership, showing that sometimes even the noblest intentions can lead to dire consequences. The characters of Game of Thrones showcase that power can be a double-edged sword, capable of forging destinies or sealing fates in blood and betrayal. Character arcs in Game of Thrones are like constellations in a dark sky. They guide the story's course and illuminate the night. Arya Stark's arc, from lost girl to skilled assassin, reminds us that strength comes in various forms. Daenerys Targaryen's journey from vulnerability to power showcases that destiny is forged not in the stars, but in our choices. In the crucible of Westeros, character arcs teach us that growth is a never-ending dance between change and resilience. The moral complexities, personal transformations, and quest for power mirror the myriad hues of our own lives. As we bid adieu, let these lessons guide us, that power, when uncontrolled, can consume, that change is the essence of growth, that relationships and alliances are the heartbeats of our stories, and that morality isn't fixed, but a kaleidoscope of intentions and actions. So as you journey through your own saga, remember that the night might be dark, but within it lies a tapestry of lessons waiting to be discovered. Thanks for joining us on this exploration of Game of Thrones characters. If you enjoyed this, show some love, like, subscribe, and remember, life is a song of ice and fire, and we're here to explore every note on director's choice.